Rubin, your friendly neighborhood modern mystic, energy healer, divine light channel, Akashic Records reader, improv comedian, stand-up comedian, actress extraordinaire. Hello. It's Friday, and it's time for your end of week 3-card spread. I have opened the Akashic Records for the group of you that will see this and benefit from it. The Akashic Records, of course, being a realm of consciousness from which all other realms emerge. It's a high vibrational frequency state of conscious awareness from which people like myself that are sensitive to energies and can perceive things can pull information that's really clear and really straight from source. What I love about the Akashic Records is, for psychic people, is that we're not just pulling from all the fields of awareness that are happening closer to, you could say, the 3D reality we live in, which can be filtered through lots of messy, icky, complicated human interpretations. We're pulling straight from the field of high vibrational conscious awareness that is known as the Akashic Records. It's sort of like God's house, consciousness's house. That's what the records are. Okay, so here's your 3-card spread for this week. So what I do is I meditate. I say the prayer that opens the Akashic Records. I connect with the souls of all the people who will see this video and benefit from it. And I ask for a 3-card spread while I'm shuffling my cards. And then there's a moment where I get a yes. Okay, now's the time to take the top 3. And that's how this works. So here we are for the end of the week. Recent past, cleaning house. Again. I think we had it last time. Present moment, the bone collector. Nice, deep, interesting, ponderous card for our present moment. And the outcome card is the golden palace. So this is a pretty cool spread. I'll tell you, just based on the difference between the spread from Monday and this one, it feels like y'all have been doing your work. In other words, we got the cleaning house card before and it was like, hey, clean house, kind of deal with your stuff, face your things, and watch out because addiction is around the corner. So you maybe faced your stuff, or you have been continuing to look at and process your stuff, which brings you to the present moment of the bone collector, which we'll talk about. But the outcome is the golden palace, which is a ton of abundance, both in one's sense of integrity, authenticity, and financially. So something tells me you've been doing your work, which is great. Keep at it. All right, the recent past card is the cleaning house. When you see the cleaning house card in a reading, it's time to declutter your life. Get rid of unwanted things in your physical home and release what you no longer want or truly need. Is there any unfinished business you should address? Thoughts, memories, and emotional baggage must be swept out of your house as well. Your conscience must be clear for you to move freely in the world. Celebrate a spring cleaning and feel the freedom as you make way for much better things. Look at what you've resisted discarding and be honest about its value. Be honest. Clean house. I love this part about this card. Look at what you've resisted releasing. What have you resisted letting go? Look at it. Just pay attention. Feel into your body. Why are you in so much resistance to letting go? Do you think that if you let go, there won't be something else to fill its place? Do you think that if you let go, you'll be alone forever? Do you think that if you let go, no money will ever happen? Your success won't come? You're fucked? You're back to square one? You're all alone? These are the lies of the low self-esteem, egoic mind. Don't listen. Don't believe. It's lies. So we have to practice letting go in faith that when something has to go, because we're cleaning house and we realize the thing has to go, something better necessarily can fill in that space if you choose something better. Now, of course, you can choose the next shitty thing and put that right in the place of the thing you just let go, but that wouldn't be very wise, would it? So we're doing our best to release what is not serving us, clean house, and start to choose things that serve us in a more higher vibrational way. All right, that brings us to the present moment, which is the bone collector card. I regularly have to sit with this card and its meaning. There's a lot to it. When this card comes up, I have to really sit with it. When the bone collector appears, she's asking you to look closely at your circumstances to see if you're fully present or reacting out of past conditioning and unconscious expectations. That's literally what I was just talking about. Whenever we're wounded, especially when we're young, It's as if something essential is stolen from us. We adapt and accept a version of the truth that then sets us up to behave a certain way in the future when faced with a situation similar to the original event. You know, I've had people in my life say, yeah, well, that's just how I am because of my childhood. And I'm like, cool, but you have an opportunity to make a new choice despite what happened to you in your childhood. People also like to say, like, yeah, that's my conditioning. It's like how I was raised. Great. You want to live from the limitations of how you were raised? If you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to keep getting what you've always gotten. You have to make a new choice that is higher than the conditioning of how you were raised. Otherwise, you keep suffering in the ways you've always suffered. That's true for all human beings, everywhere. We have to choose more. We have to choose beyond the conditioning that created us in childhood. If we don't choose beyond it, then we would all be fucked by our upbringings. There are people who transcend their upbringing. I'm one of them. There's millions of people all over the world who've said, like, you know, I'm not going to settle for the energies that I was taught in my childhood. I'm not going to repeat the patterns of my childhood. I'm not going to bullshit people around and say, like, that's just my childhood. That's just how I was raised. That's just how it is. That's just how my family is. Is that it? Is that all you want? What you've always had? Okay, then you can have that. Whenever we're wounded, especially when we're young, it's as if something essential is stolen from us. We adapt and accept a version of the truth that then sets us up to behave a certain way in the future when faced with a situation similar to the original event. What we know about ourselves thus becomes influenced by a perception of limitation. This is what I'm talking about. You may feel unworthy or without courage. You may see yourself as flawed or unlovable or expect to be criticized. The Bone Collector reminds you that the truth is that you are a powerful being with limitless possibilities. Limitless. She has kept safe what was stolen from you in the wounding and is here for you as you reclaim it now. You have everything you believe you lack, and the Bone Collector is your inner resource. Act as if you have what you need, and you'll find you have it after all. Act as if you have what you need. Show up as if you're ready, and you'll find that you were all along. In other words, you don't have to believe the negative feelings or the negative voices you have. Act as if you have what you need. Show up as if to that work meeting, to that phone call, to your life, as if you're prepared. And you'll find out you have what you need and you've had it all along. Anything is possible with awareness. The wounds of the past need not define you. Anything is possible. With awareness, aka the ability to choose beyond your limiting thoughts and feelings, the wounds of the past need not define you. And the outcome, should you choose to function in this way, is the freaking Golden Palace, which is a ton of abundance and it's success for you. The Golden Palace, there's always enough. Look how golden it is. Look how enough it is. The Golden Palace card represents good fortune, ambitions fulfilled, wealth, and prosperity. It may also indicate emotional fulfillment, as perhaps you're entering a time of happiness that is long overdue. The message here is that self-worth isn't measured by what you have, no matter how abundant your life is. Instead, it comes from what you are. What you are, how authentically you're living your life, and how much love you're willing to share. Granted, receiving this card does indicate material gain. Isn't that nice? And a furthering of tangible rewards. But things come and go, and knowing your true value leads to even greater riches now. Share the wealth. So what we are and who we're being is what creates our sense of abundance in this world. And it's nice when you live in a 3D reality and have a nervous system and a house and a dog and a cat and a family, whatever it is you have in the 3D reality, to have more money and abundance financially to support all of that. So how I hear this spread, this is like a really 1 + 1 is 2 kind of spread. In the recent past, you've been encouraged by reality, by the universe, by yourself, by your consciousness or your unconsciousness to clean house. Get real with yourself. What are you holding on to that if you would choose to release it might just open the doors to every possibility? You've been looking at that in the recent past. In the present moment, here you are with the Bone Collector being reminded that What you think is true about you from your trauma-based past, from your childhood where the wounding occurred, is not true about you. So sometimes the best course of action is to act as if you're prepared for the things you're stepping into, even if you feel like you're not. And then in so doing, you discover after the fact that you were prepared. Act as if you're ready for it emotionally. Act as if you have a lifetime of practice that got you to this moment. Act as if you know what to say to your boss. Act as if you deserve the promotion. And you'll find out by behaving as if you're worthy, behaving above what your mind and your feelings might be telling you. And you'll find out potentially that you live above that if you choose it. But remember, you have to choose to act beyond that. You can't just hope it'll happen magically. You have to choose it and step into it actively. Okay, the outcome is abundance, integrity, authenticity, a sense of who you are from what you're being and who you're being and what you're choosing. How are your relationships? Are you giving the love that you are out to the people, or are you hoarding it and keeping it for yourself? You guys, it's great to be with you. Happy Friday. I hope you've had a really great and productive week and that you're stepping into a fun weekend. Let's see, what do I have for you? Great time now to book a reading. The psychic energies are very high at the moment. We got through that Mercury retrograde. Hey, yippee, yippee, yay, you, woo, hoo, ha, wah, wah, wah. It's over. Thank God. So if you need a reading, if you need some energy healing, if you'd like to study and explore your human design chart, visit me over at katierubin.com. Book your private session. My Writing in Alignment class just began. You could join us a week late. You barely missed anything. Well, we did a lot of cool stuff, but you'll catch up. It's fine. It's a 5-week class. You've got time. So if you're working on some writing and need some support with that, hop on in. Also, my stand-up comedy class, my stand-up comedy writing class, learning the structure of joke writing and practicing it on stage in a safe environment, starts this Sunday, January 22nd. Go to firstcoastcomedy.com to book yourself into that class. What else do I have happening? Star Beings has started. I think it's a little too late to join that. OMA Pittsburgh is full force running. It's a little too late to join that. So book your private session or your package if you're ready to do some deep trauma work, if you're ready to align your spirit more fully to consciousness itself, if you're ready to activate your spiritual gifts and your psychicness and your intuition and your connection to your capital S self. Book your session, get a reading. Let's understand how the vehicle of you operates through your human design chart. You guys are the best.